Hello monkeys, it is I, your Shizekage, and welcome to another installment of my Newcastle United career series on Football Manager 22. Last time out we had some transfer business to deal with as we tried to sign Luis Felipe, and we also played Brentford in the league and Sheffield Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, winning both games. Today we're going to feature the league game against Chelsea and transfer deadline day. After that we're going to have a quick look at all our transfers and how they've settled in so far, and a quick roundup of the transfer window in England as a whole. So without further ado, let's go! We start out looking at a scout report for Chelsea and noticing that they play three at the back. I kind of like playing against teams that play three at the back in Football Manager now. I don't know, I just find it easier to break the lines between attack and midfield, so hopefully my setup can work well against Chelsea. After going over all the pre-match scout reports thoroughly, I decided to move on into the pre-match press conference. This being a huge game, I really wanted to nail this press conference because there aren't many times we can go into a game against Chelsea unbeaten. Quite frankly, I don't know how we got a point out of that game. We had no right getting anything from there. Chelsea were completely dominant, and we were very lucky to even be within a shout going into the last 15 minutes of it being level. I won't complain, however, because it keeps our unbeaten streak going and shows that we can actually claw back from a deficit. It shows we've got great mental strength, and it shows that we are willing to fight for results in this league, which is something that I don't think many Newcastle fans have seen from their team in recent years. Transfer deadline day, huh? And it started off pretty terribly. We got an email saying that Luis Felipe has decided to stick with Lazio. That meant that we had to look into different options, and I went straight to the scouting tab and looked at central defenders who could help us, just like I thought that Luis Felipe could. I found a few names. Pause if you want to read them all. There's quite a few of them, but eventually I settled on two players: Evan Ndika and Nikola Milenkovic. Evan Ndika, I believe, plays for Frankfurt, and Milenkovic plays for Fiorentina in Italy. Both Frankfurt and Fiorentina rejected our opening offers, so we went back with an improved deal, offered both of them Paul Dummett on loan for the season because they wanted to find a replacement for the players that we were targeting first. After a few hours negotiating the contract and having it agreed, we were unable to complete the deals for either Evan Ndika or Nikola Milenkovic, as neither of them could sign a player in time, so we had to go back to the drawing board with very little time remaining. It was very frustrating because I really felt like we needed a centre-back as well as Sven Botman, but I was hopeful that we could find a deal that suited both parties. So, as you saw, we managed to find a deal to take Dwight Gale out of St James's Park. He's going to join Coventry City on loan for the season. We also had another bid accepted for Evan Ndika by Frankfurt. However, the player did not want to negotiate terms as we had to cancel the deal previously. A frustrating situation that only got worse when Nikola Milenkovic also pulled out of the deal. With time running out in the transfer window, I made the decision to go in for a loan offer for Milenkovic in the hopes that he would actually sign for us. After carefully considering the finances needed to complete a deal like this one, I decided to go ahead with it. Nikola Milenkovic ticks every box for what we're looking for in a player, and hopefully he can strengthen the team going forward. And just like that, transfer deadline day is over. We didn't do much business, however we did sign Nikola Milenkovic. He signs initially on loan with a mandatory fee of £20 million at the end of the season, and will hopefully strengthen the defence that hasn't been at its best so far. So, if I could summarize our transfer window in one word, I would say functional. What I mean by that is we got about our business in a very professional way. We identified the players we wanted to sign early, and we got the deals done as quickly as we could, with the obvious exception being Luis Felipe, who decided to stay with Lazio, and Evan Ndika, whose club could not find a replacement for him. However, I am happy with the players that we brought in, not to mention the ones that were here before, who signed in January and were just included in the patch. We made some very interesting and very exciting signings, from Sven Botman to Nikola Milenkovic, Ryan Gravenberch, Declan Rice, Rafinha, Karim Adeyemi coming in next season. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss out on another episode of this career mode. Till next time, bye.